Hello. It is Friday. And it is probably a little after noon, and stuff has started. I believe they've just taken off to get something to eat, but we have progress already started in the store for the new unit. It's pretty exciting. I'm just, it's real now. It's happening. As you can see, we've got all sorts of stuff going on here. Yeah. I can't think of anything else that I want to discuss. I did get an order in today, so that was nice. It was after the problems of yesterday. But I think I might not be able to get to pull that until later today at best. It's not a really huge order. It's interesting, but it's not super huge, so it shouldn't be too terribly bad. But yeah, so there we go. It's all happening. Thank you. Hello. I am back in the basement. It is a little bit later on Friday, and I just pulled an order. And this order had no new parts, and just used. And as you can see, lots and lots and lots of torsos. They got 2 hair pieces, some short legs, some whip antennas, those 2 muskets, and a Mon Mothma figure. But everything else is torsos. Police, oil and gas workers. There's some criminal types in here. There's construction workers. It definitely feels like a city scene that they're populating. There's also like that one there that looks like maybe a ninja or something like that. But pretty much it's, and then Wild Style there, the black one with the little yellow at the neck. So there's a little bit of other stuff going on, but it really feels like it's a construction oil rig or something. Who knows what. So yeah, we got that going on. So the carpenter has left along with his help, and he's not done, but we're getting close. So we've got the frame up here on this side, pretty much well done. He still has to do the sideways slats, and then with the get the screws in them. This one still doesn't have the verticals in it, but we're pretty much in place. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. It looks like he's got some of the molding done. As you can see here, there's a gap because there's going to be a piece of molding that's going to go up through that vertically, right through there. As I lift it up high enough so you can actually see it. He got his tools on the table just like I kind of thought. But yeah, we're getting closer. I'm very happy about this. Theoretically, they'll be back tomorrow, or at least one of them will be back to finish up. And so yeah, we'll go after figuring out exactly what's going to happen at that point. I think I'm looking at how the drawer units are going to fit. This is pretty much where a drawer unit will go. It looks like I might be able to fit 3 cups wide, but maybe only 2. This one I'll get 2, one here and one here, and then the rest will be the same. Much like I have the same issues over here, except for here, because of the spacing, I pretty much only have room for 1 cup there and 1 cup there. So, and then I'm pretty sure I could get 2 there. So that'll be 4. And over here I can get 1, 2. I can definitely get 4. I might get 5. We'll see if 3 will fit there or not. I might play with that later tonight. We'll see. But yeah, that's just, we're getting there. I can't think of anything else to say. As you can see, we've got the bottom parts down here spaced out the way I like it. That'll work out for the new units that I'm using. Not these, but the those there. That style right there, which I have a bunch of upstairs. In any case, though, we're going to cut it now. I got to get this order packed up so I can get to the post office today with that and the other order from yesterday. Thank you. Hello. We're back in the store. It is later on Friday, and I went out of the house. Bricks ROC was having an event at the store, and it was basically a build night. And you could show up and buy a set and build it, or bring a set and build it, or even build one of their used sets. That you wouldn't necessarily be able to keep, but you could build it. And so I went, and there was a good number of people there. It was kind of a fun time. And what did I bring? Well, I brought the Nintendo Game Boy, of course. And boy, let me tell you, this was an incredible build. I'm not a large builder. Like, I don't build often. I don't build lots. But let me tell you, there was so many really cool building techniques to this. And I can tell you from having used a Game Boy, it weighs a little bit less than a Game Boy, I think. Not by a lot. It's a little bit thicker in this dimension, and I think it's a little bit wider It's probably about the right height, maybe a little bit taller, but wow, does it feel good. And so much good functionality. Like these buttons here, they depress a little bit, just like you'd expect a button to depress. These dials here, they kind of, there's a rubberized turn to them, so to speak. The gamepad here, you can press in any one of the 4 directions or straight down. It is really cool. On the sides, there are these dials that you can turn on both sides. There is also, at the top, an on-off switch, and it clicks. So that's really cool. Right now I've got the loading screen lenticular in. There are 2 cartridges it comes with, one here and one here. I did not apply the stickers to the cartridges. It's the only thing I didn't do yet, but this is basically the cartridge. And then this, and then the way the lenticular works, there's this little arm in here, and if you pull that and then you turn it back like this, you can slide the lenticular right out. And then in behind the other cartridge on this stand that it comes with are the other 2 lenticulars. So basically you can play this game or you can play this game, which I believe this one's Mario, as he's jumping up and hitting the block in the sky. And then so they slide right into this slot here on the holder. And then this has some little clip type things and it just holds it in place. Let's get this lenticular back in here, and then you just push that in, and this goes in right on the other side of it. It clicks into place so it doesn't fall out. And then this little stand here has a little hole. There's a hole at the bottom, and it basically holds it in place. So it is really, really a good buy. The only stickers were the 2 stickers for the cartridges too. That's a print, that's a print, that's a print, that's a print, that's a print. They're all these prints. There's some on the side as well, right there. And then right there, there's a couple. So, yeah, it's highly recommended. It is just such a good set. So, yeah, if you're looking for a set, and the price point, it's only $60. There's like 421 pieces, not as many as I'd originally thought. I thought it was like 600. But I still think good purchase. There's some really cool building techniques. And I believe there's some Easter eggs on the inside that I don't really get because I never played Mario, I never played Zelda, and I believe those are the 2 games that they have the screens for. I played Tetris on my Game Boy and a couple other games. Lode Runner, if anybody remembers that one. But yeah, it was a good thing. So I'm glad I built that, and so now we're going to try to find some place to display it. These are the extra new pieces. It also came with a brick separator, which I'd never used, so that's new too. But yeah, it's I highly recommend this set. So if you're looking for a set, I would recommend this. Thank you. Hello. It is Saturday, and they have been and gone already. It was a shorter day today for them because it was Saturday, and we're getting real close. They're going to be by Monday. The only thing left to do, really, is to attach the screws so that we have a place to attach the drawers and then hang the drawer units. It looks like they might have some trim work to do here at the bottom as well. I'll have to ask about that just to make sure. Because it looks like there's no trim on these bottom boxes, which may or may not need it. There's no trim. Yeah, they probably haven't done the trim yet. And then along the bottom there. So yeah, we're not that bad off. I did notice one thing. They used these smaller slats on this side, and they used the wider ones on that side. And these on this side of this side are white. So I don't know if he painted these and forgot he didn't need to paint them or something. I'm not sure exactly what happened there. It's not really going to matter. It's all going to be buried anyway. But yeah, we are almost there. I'm pretty excited about the whole thing. As you can see, we've got a little bit of cleanup to do. There's some dust and whatnot, but I'll wait until they're completely done before we sweep that up. But yeah, it is almost ready. I'm probably still going to be able to pick through here, even with this table being here. I think the cart will fit through here without any trouble. That table might be out a little bit too far, but I can push it back a couple inches. Or just get rid of it entirely, we'll see. But yeah, so as a review, this right here is going to end up being a lot of Bionicle stuff. Over here, minifig stuff, this whole side, and then this one column right here is going to be nature, which is actually right there. So it's just going to move this way. But yeah, we're getting close to being ready to be done, and I'm pretty excited about the whole thing. So if you've got any questions or comments, please leave them down below. and we will get. Oh, and I have a box that I got. We have to get that opened as well, but I haven't gotten to that point yet. Thank you. Hello. So I had an order that I just pulled. I came in late last night. Got some snot pieces here, including 2 Travis bricks in dark bluish gray. One of these panels in white and new. One of the 2 long white lift arms I had, and then a bunch of, I think it's 1x8 tile. And then in used, they got 5 more of the same panel in used condition. So they probably preferred to get it used, although I had... Did I have more of the white in new? I think I did, and then I did not have more of the white in used. So it seems like they probably wanted used. Some various snot pieces. Travis bricks in black. Some of the black with the studs on either side. These flatter ones. A couple of these inverted tiles. That's kind of cool. A couple of those bucket handles. More 1x4. Some more tiles 1x4. Blue lift arms. This large plate, or tile rather. And then they got 16 of these as well. I only had 17, so there's 1 left. So yeah, got a bunch of stuff here. We're going to get this ready to go out for Monday. And then I'm going to try to get to putting these parts away, because it's just been kind of hanging out for a while. Now that they're not going to be here today, and I know what's going on, I can go ahead and get to that. So, if you need anything answered, down below, and thank you very much. Hello, it is Sunday, and no progress down here with this because, well, it's Sunday and they'll be by on Monday. But I do have some orders. I have 5 orders to pick, and I just picked 2 of them. I picked the easiest ones. This one is really small. It's just these 3 minifigures, 3 Star Wars figures. And then down here, they ordered these trans black panels, and then also some of the same in white. And then they got a bunch of these white 1x2x2 bricks in used. Now, I was short a considerable number. I was short 15 of them. I was a little very surprised about that. And so the first thing I did is I went and I found out, oh, I've got some new ones. And so those are right here, 14 of these. But I was still going to be short 1. And so since they were ordering used, I didn't think they'd have a problem getting the new ones. So then I took a used one with me just to remind me what I was looking for, and I went over to the used bin of the large brick and pulled one out like without even trying. And then I noticed there was a couple more, so I basically kept going, and I pulled all the ones I was missing from the used. So while I did pull these and delete them from my inventory, I can re-add them as new, and I'll do that. And then they got these 3 figures. Batman, I believe that is Pirate Batman, I think it said it was. So that was kind of neat. This looks like it's the Cowardly Lion from Wizard of Oz, but I'm not sure exactly what that is. And then just some kid, it looks like to me. It looks like collectible minifigures number 26. I don't know. Yeah, so we're going to get these 2 orders packed, ready to go, along with at least one other order that I've already packed and ready to go. And then I'm going to work on pulling the 3 that I still have. Those are larger, but I wanted to get the 2 easier ones out of the way. That's it. We'll come back once we get the other ones pulled. Thank you. Hello. It is later on Sunday, and I had a little trouble pulling the next 3 orders. Let's take a look at them. So this is the first one. Just a few parts new. Not too many parts used, but a lot of figures. And they bought multiples of the same one in many cases if I had them. Matter of fact, I don't think they did not buy everything I had of a figure they bought. And so, yeah, this is kind of cool. And this is where I ran into trouble. This particular figure was not where it was supposed to be. There was actually 4 figures in the same spot. Owen Grady from Jurassic World, Jurassic Park, whichever. And I looked all over. I started going through all the drawers, all the boxes, trying to find it. And then I thought, well, geez, let's find out if they have one over at Bricks ROC. And they did. So I went and bought that one to cover it. And I think I know what may have happened, because there was a figure in that location, in that particular bag. I think what happened is, when it was originally uploaded, it was uploaded with, let's say, a quantity of 2, but there was only 1. And then when one sold, it sold, but it didn't get pulled. The bag didn't get pulled because there's still a figure Well, that doesn't make sense. Yeah, I'm not sure how that would have happened. Oh, no, no. Okay. So you got entered as a quantity of 2, but there was only 1. And then when 1 sold, I pulled the bag because it was gone. It was just the 1 figure in there. But there was still a figure in there. So I'm going to have to just double check that sort of thing. I also did notice that it sold for about $5. And the current rate is about $7.50. I paid $7 for that at Bricks ROC. So I probably need to consider repricing my figures now and again. I've kind of half known that for a while, but it's something that it's a little more time consuming to do. And I have some thoughts on how I can do that a little bit better. But for the time being, I'm not going to worry about it. Second order down here, white and black with the 1 trans light blue head in there. That's kind of cool. That's new. Then used, similar types of things. Black, white. They got a lime green, transparent, dark blue windscreen with a print on it. That's kind of cool. And then these 2 figures, the same figure. And I think they're wearing the helmet that's that. So they might be just trying to make more of this figure. I'm not certain. Because they also bought 2 air tanks in black. And these guys have black air tanks. So he bought the air tanks and the helmets for these guys. So yeah, I might be just trying to make more of these. Last order. Just a few parts in new condition. Onesie twosies. And over here, same thing. Just a few parts. Some Star Wars parts, though. It's kind of Star Wars heavy. The torsos, I believe, are Star Wars. These are all Star Wars here. A couple of Star Wars blasters. And it was kind of funny when I was pulling stuff. I often think, like, well, what are they doing? What are they trying to do or whatever? And I saw this piece. And then I saw the Stormtrooper helmets. And I'm like, oh, they could be putting these up. And, like, putting the Stormtrooper helmet on it like the Ewoks did. To kind of, like, warn off the Stormtroopers or something like that. But in any case, we're going to get these 3 orders packed up now that I can, because we got that Superman, and we will be back with some sort of an update later today. I think what I'm going to do, and it's not really going to be anything I'll be able to show easily, but I'm going to start working on the files to create the stickers for these. Kind of a process I don't enjoy, but I'm going to try to make the files. I'm actually going to try to make the files and then bring them to FedEx Kinko's and get them to print them. I need to find out how much that's going to cost. It probably is not going to be cheap, but it's going to save me a lot of time and pulling my hair out and that sort of thing, and just the ink on my own printer and that sort of thing. So yeah, that's probably what I'm going to do. As always, though, thank you very much. Hello. It's a little later again on Sunday, and I've taken care of all the packages. They're all packed up and ready to go as of now. I also pulled out some of my tiles. I'm going to bring this bag, I think, no, this bag to Bricks ROC. There's 30 of them in here. And then I put 20 of them in another bag I'm going to leave in the car. I'd used a couple that were in the car, and so I'm going to replace those. And now we're going to actually get to this box that's been here for a couple of days. It's not particularly going to be super interesting. I know that, but that's okay. We're going to get it open because it's in the way. And right off the top, or the bottom, because I opened it upside down, we've got the Good Fortune set, 80117. So we have another one of those. I think that puts me at 12. So we're probably good for that. Yes. And then the last poster I did not have, the Crooked House, or the Crooked Curse, excuse me. Pretty sure I did not have this already. When I looked at the ones I had, this one was not there, and it was available, so I got it. And I think I have 5 or 6 now, and I think that's how many they did, so I'll have to double check that at some point. I also picked up this set. This is the STEM, Evolution of STEM, set 21355. It's one of the ideas sets. Down here you can see. And since I'm collecting them, I was going to have to get it eventually, and so I decided I would get that along with the New Year's set there in order to qualify to get another one of these. The Sonic the Hedgehog Genesis controller, 40769. So yeah, and I'm pretty sure that's all that's going to be in there. It was over a little bit more than I needed to spend. Yeah, just paper in there otherwise. So we'll take care of that. So yeah, tomorrow is when they'll be back. Hopefully we'll be one day and done getting all the screws put in, and then I can assemble the drawer units. I did go through one of the 2 that I bought that was the replacement for the one that was broken, and I put the one that I dealt with, I trimmed it, over in the pile, the rest of them way over there. But I have not didn't do anything with the second one because it's not going to get used anytime soon. So for the time being, it's just going to sit there. I do need to work on stickers, though. The stickers are kind of a problem because, well, they're just a problem. I do have to get them with the number and the barcode. I have to double check all the letter combinations to make sure they're correct, and then make sure that the numbers are correct depending upon the side that it's on. I'm also going to do some numbers for the below locations and for the pick of bricks that will go up top. As you can see, there's some over here and many more over here. Well, not necessarily many, but on this side there's a whole heck of a lot of them. So we're going to get those. While I'm at it, I think I'm also going to do 2 or 3 more columns of these as well. I also have set aside, I'm going to do some numbers for the lateral file cabinets for instructions. And that's going to be for over here. So we're starting to get those numbered as well. We probably won't use them anytime soon. And I can't remember if I was going to do another bunch of minifig ones. I think I have stickers for one more box. I think I did it for 8 boxes worth at one point, and we're only using 7. The only question is, are the stickers over here somewhere? I'll have to ask Ben about that, but I'm pretty sure I had made stickers for another box worth, and they're around somewhere. Maybe they're with the rest of my stickers. I'll have to double check that, because I do have a pile of stickers for the pick a brick cups until I have something to go into one. I'm not making a stickered location yet. I mean, I can, but I just haven't. As you can see, like right up there, one of the cups is upside down, and that means it's empty. So if I need to put something in a cup, I can just kind of glance up and go, oh, yep, there's an empty one. So that's kind of how I do that. But yeah, that's what I got going on today. I am going to have to leave the house. I have friends that were away, and they're coming back tonight, and I'm picking them up at the airport. And that is all I've got. So until tomorrow, likely, thank you very much, and we'll see you in the next update. Hello. I'm back again. It is even later on Sunday night, but it is still Sunday. I was out of the house because I had friends that had gone away, and I was picking them up at the airport and taking them home. So I got home, and I had a small order to pull. And so I've already pulled that. And a bunch of this is stuff that I just uploaded. So it's just these pieces. There's 4 of the red boat weights and 1 of the black boat weight. And I know the black one went up, and I think 2 or 3 of the red ones went up as well. And they bought all of them, and that's it. The only concerning part, it is going to California, so even though they paid shipping, I'm guessing it's going to be a wash. It's like a $20 order, because they're like $3 a piece or something like that. But I have a feeling that, yeah, with the shipping, it might be a wash. We'll see. It was funny, too, because I was just thinking about that when I was putting them away. I'm like, geez, you know, these could go to California, and sure enough, they are. So we will see how it goes, but we're going to take care of that next. And then probably relax some before I have to go to bed because I have to get up early in the morning for the carpenter. So that's what I've got going on. And yeah, hopefully this will look very different the next time you see it. At the very least, screws will be installed. We'll see if I actually get the cases in at that point or not. I do have help coming probably on Tuesday at some point. And then Ben has said Wednesday, and my other help hopefully on Wednesday. We'll see. As always, thank you very much. Hello, it is Monday, and it is midday or so, and the carpenter and his help they're actually still here. They're taking care of loading up the truck, but everything is done in the basement, or 98% done. So we've got my next drawer unit floater section installed, and the one thing left to do is right over these thin boards on both sides, we have to attach some trim, and we just haven't gotten to that yet. The reason for that is he needs to actually buy a tool. The gun he has will basically just embed the nail in the wood through the trim, and it won't actually attach. He needs to get something that does the same sort of thing but smaller. So yeah, it's a glorious thing. And so, and you can actually see there's a little bit of wetness on the upright where it was just painted. There was actually a can of paint sitting here up until about 2 minutes ago. And then over here, as you would much expect, it looks like this. And it's really weird because it's so similar. My brain is telling me that it was what was already here, but I can clearly tell that it's closer to my desk and that sort of thing. So yeah, it's going to be good. So now we need to get on the stickers. Somebody's working on that a little bit as we speak, so to speak. And so we will see how that goes. I don't know if stickers will be ready for Wednesday or not to put them on, because I am expecting Ben and another person on Wednesday, and I was thinking that would be a perfect day to work on sticker placement. But we'll see. And I will probably do it so that we don't have to do everything in order. And we'll do some of them. Like the ones over here that are going to be the Bionicle, they can be stickered a little bit later because he's not even going to be here this week. So trying to get anything started with Bionicle, and it's a little bit quick for that. But then over here, like the minifig stuff, I know Ben has a lot of stuff ready to go. So yeah. And then of course, these are just all new over here. It's just whatever, wherever. I am probably going to set up, I think I mentioned this before, some drawers at the bottom, much like I did over here. So these will remain onesie drawers. These 4, 8, 12 drawers here. Those will be onesie drawers. And I could always expand that to the first 4 at the bottom, the last 4 at the bottom of the first unit, and make those 16. And then the same over here, these 12 are twosie drawers. And again, I could expand that over there pretty easily to the bottom of the last one. And what I think I'm going to do is over here on the bottoms, we'll do threesie drawers, because I've got a lot of smaller parts that are, there's 3 of them. I don't know if I'll ever do 4. It just seems crazy. But I could always reserve those drawers for that in case I want to do that at some point. But 3 makes sense, because I mean, I don't know that I can find anything really quick, but there's certainly a lot of cases where I've got 3 parts in a drawer and it doesn't really make sense. Can I find an... Well, there's more than... Yeah, so maybe I can't find an example. I know there's some. There's a 4. It's a fairly small part. Now, look at that. Some heads have flopped over into the main compartment. There we go. That particular head, there's only 3 of. And there's only 4 of the piece in behind it. So that drawer is not really being utilized well. 3 of that plate. So there is instances of it where it just may be smart to do that. That drawer doesn't even need to be in. That's the other thing. The drawers get accidentally pushed in. I did see somebody else in one of the Discords I'm in had a different version of tracking where there was space like that. They had a little clip they would attach to the front of the drawer to indicate that there was, half drawer space. And I would probably still turn them around if it was full drawer space, but that might be something to do, because that way then they could all just stay pushed in and I can look for the clips. So anyway, so we're going to, I've got to do a couple things out of the house. I'm going to go get that taken care of, and we will see you in the next update. Thank you. Hello again. It is still Monday, and it is about 4:15 in the afternoon. I just got a small order in. They bought these 4 pieces in new condition, and I'm guessing that might be why they came to the store. It's hard to know for sure. And then these used pieces for the black lightsaber blade, 2 torsos, and a head, as you can see. So we're going to get this packaged up quick, get it ready to go, and I'll probably be headed to the post office shortly after that. As always, thank you. Hello. It is a bit later on Monday. I've been to the post office, and after I went to the post office, I went to Kohl's, because today was the first day to spend my $20 in Kohl's cash that I had just earned buying those 2 sets that were released early. And I figured, well, I should probably go the first day it's available, because I'll have a better selection. And so I went and I looked at stuff, and interestingly enough, both of the other 2 mineral sets were gone, but it looked like they still had both of the other 2 Game Boy sets there. So I was a little confused. I would have guessed the Game Boy sets would have sold first, but hey, what do I know? I am going to say that I decided to buy something for part out. And I got this. I have a couple of these already, I believe. And what I did is I was going to buy, I could get 4 of them for free because they're $4.99 a piece, but then I'm wasting 4 cents. So I'm like, I'll get a 5th one and get 4 cents off that. And then they're also still doing a spend $50, get $10 in Kohl's Cash. So I'm like, well, you know, I could buy 15 of them by buying 10 plus a little bit extra of the 5th one. That would put me over 50. So I'd get 15 and 4 of them would be completely free. And then I would get $10 back on that. And so I'm like, that sounds like a good idea. So I went up to the register to do that. And the girl at the checkout said, oh, and we have an extra Lego coupon. Let me see if it'll work. I'm like, okay. And it was an extra $10 off. I don't know what the requirements were, but I met it. But at that point, I was no longer spending $50. So I said, well, hang on, I'm going to go get 2 more. So I went and got 2 more, so that's 17 of them. And so then once those got added in, I got my $20 in Kohl's Cash off, the $10 coupon off, and paid like $58 or something like that. And then on top of that, I'm earning Kohl's Rewards, which is a slightly different program. And I think it was like another $8 there. So all in all, I paid about $50 for 17 of them. So I'm pretty happy with that because normally $50 would be 10 without tax. So yeah, not too bad. So we're going to put those with the part out pile. I actually have to check to see how many I already have because now I have another $10 in Kohl's Cash that maybe I'll just buy a couple more of those later. We'll see how many I have. They did have a second poly bag there that technically was worth more. It was like 65 cents, 60 or 65 cents more for the part out, but it was much newer, and it was a Bluey poly bag. I'm not familiar with Bluey. I know he's a cartoon character for kids, but I don't know much beyond that. And it did come with a minifigure, and I'm like, am I really going to be able to sell through like more than a dozen Bluey minifigures? I had no idea. And so I decided, you know, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to get this one. It's a little less, but it's just parts. And I have a feeling I will be able to sell those parts pretty well. So that's the choice I made on that. I also have gotten some grapes, so I've been snacking on some grapes. But I'm going to move these over with the rest of them. There's my Kohl's Cash. I should actually probably pull that out so I don't forget about it. And yeah, we'll see what else I can get into. I also realize I'm going to have a little bit of problem here with space. Because now that I have the wall in, which is great, I have this cart and this cart. I've got that cart over there that's got part out sets on it. I've got that cart over there that's got those cases and some drawer units on it. And I technically have this cart over here, which had been parked over here for a long, long time. So I'm not really sure what I'm going to do to get some space back. Now that I don't have all the Akro units piled up, I do have some more space right here. And I've got more space right back behind that because there was a bunch of them stacked right there. And then there was a couple of stacks of them down over there in front of the washing machine. So that's some additional space locations. But I really need to start clearing some of this stuff and not having as much stuff around. So that's going to be a new focus, I think. Because right now, I mean, I've got the table in here. I've got the minifigs here, so when I come around, because right now there's nothing, this is like the last area with parts. There's nothing over here yet. So when I'm done, come down this way, I'll bring it over here, and then I can pull any minifigures from the cart. So that's okay for there at the moment, but it's not even really wide enough to get this cart down because I've got the table squished over a little further. You can see it's out probably 5 or 6 inches there because I've been using my chair here at the desk. So I'm just like, okay, I need to start working on changing the flow of things. And it's going to be a longer term process. It's going to require a lot of the stuff through here to get worked on and dealt with. And it's just going to happen over time. I will get to it. But for right now, I am going to start working on a couple other things. I do have another order that came in, and it was a request for invoice because they want to pick it up at Bricks ROC. So I invoiced them, and they've paid for it, so I can pull it now. And hopefully I'll be able to get it over to Bricks ROC tomorrow. As always, thank you. And if you have any questions, please leave them down below. Hello again. A little bit later on Monday. And that order for pickup at Bricks ROC was paid for, so we pulled it. Just 1 or 2 pieces of pretty much anything. I don't think there's a single piece they bought more than 2 of. And most of it's 1. So let's see. There's 2 of this one. 2 here and 2 here. And that's it through the new parts. And through used, let's see, they bought 2 of this, 2 of that, and 2 of these. And then everything else, 1. They get 2 figures and 3 printed parts. But yeah, we're going to get this packed up and ready to take over to Bricks ROC, so it'll get picked up available tomorrow evening. Because I probably won't get over to Bricks ROC until like 5 o'clock or so. In any case, I actually had somebody in the lug place an order that'll get picked up at an event we're doing on Saturday. But they said they pay for that in the morning, so I won't be worrying about that tonight. As always, thank you, and we'll catch you up in the next update. Thank you. Hello. It is Tuesday, and I have just picked the order for the person in the lug, and I had a second order, so we picked that too. And this is the first order for somebody in the lug. Mostly onesie, twosie of pieces. There was 14 of this brick here, and there was like 1 or 2 others. Oh, I think he got the 1x1 reddish brown plate for that, and then there was some 1x2 blue plates. He got 5 of those. So yeah, there's a little bit more quantity, but mostly onesies and twosies. Down here, they just got 3 of these little ice cream cone things, 2 different colors of these leaves in new condition, and then this is a different color, isn't it? Yeah, that's a different color. This is the bright green, and this is this is normal green. And then so he bought some normal green and some more orange ones in used. And then some other stuff in used. The sand green hip bag is kind of cool. They got some longer type elements, and then 3 different types figures. They got 2 of these Ferrari pit crew figure. So yeah, we're gonna get both of these ready to go. This one's a little less important because it's gonna get delivered on Saturday, so I can let this sit until later if I need to. I'm going to pack that one up first, see how we're doing time-wise, because I do need to get to the post office and to Bricks ROC, because I have this order to drop off for somebody at Bricks ROC. So yeah, we're going to get to that, and we'll come back with some sort of an update later. Thank you. Hello. It is even later on Tuesday, although it is still Tuesday by a couple hours, I believe. And I had 2 orders that I pulled. The first one we'll talk about is this one down here. It's kind of small. Just all 30 of these Akro hair pieces that I had, the 3 ball and chain chains that I had, and I think it was 5, maybe it was 6 of these trans orange chains. And it's just over $40, so they're going to get a tile. I think they might already have a tile, though. I'm not sure, because they placed an order back in like June or something like that, and it was high enough to get a tile, but I'm going to send it again anyway, just in case. Up here, this is the other order. These are the new pieces over here. Not as many. I did have a problem with one of them, though. The 2x8 brick in white. I was only supposed to have 1, and it wasn't there. Okay, so I didn't really think trying to go looking for it was going to do any good, because with the new, there's no organizations. New pieces could be anywhere. So I went and I looked up what sets it was in, and lo and behold, it was also in the same set. This set has saved me like 4 times now. This one right here, the Lunar New Year Ice Festival. There's like 14 of them in there. So I found one and pulled it. So that's got taken care of. Put a note in the box too, saying that I took it out. So this is like my collection of sets that I've opened for parts. And let's see. Then used pieces over here. Lots of the medium azure in different types of parts. And there actually was a problem with one of those too. It was this one. It was supposed to be, they wanted 9, and I was supposed to have 12 in the store. And when I got to the drawer, there was 3. And that's pretty bad. So I actually looked through all of I keep wanting to go over here, because this used to be the end of the store, but it was over here now. I went through all the drawers in those first 3 rows over there, because there is slopes in all of those. And they weren't there. And so then I'm like, okay. The next thing I did is I went through my used slopes with studs, and I did find them. I actually found enough so that, because I was supposed to have 3 left in the store, I had to adjust the quantity of that down to 2, but I do still have 2 left in the store and have get their 9 to them, so that's good. But yeah, and then they got some axles and a lot of Technic pieces here. So we're going to get these 2 bagged up. That one will be easy. This one is going to take a little more time. And we'll probably call it there. I do have some other stuff. This drawer I dropped on the floor. and so I'm pretty sure I picked up the pieces, but I want to double check the count, so I'll have to check on that. And then these are all parts that I now have onesie or twosies in them and have to move because they're new parts. So we're going to take care of that afterwards as well. But for right now, that's it. That's all I've got. And if you have any questions, please leave them down below. Thank you. Hello, it is Wednesday, and if you look, we have stickers on these 4 columns. Ben and my other person here just put these up as I was dealing with orders. I just pulled 3 more, and we got these over here. A couple of different 1x1 round tiles in quantity of 50 apiece. That clock face, and some of these window inserts. That's the first order. Second order, pretty much only minifigures. And it looks like 4 World Racers figures, which is kind of cool. And then all of these like Technic shooter projectiles, which they look very much like the pin that goes into some of the old wheel hubs. And then this, for this, that's all they got. It's like $1.60 a piece or something, I think, if I remember correctly when I looked at it. But that's it. We're going to get this stuff ready to go. And we had an early start because I had to get the labels done. We're not even worried about the post office yet, so there may be more orders. We'll see. As always, thank you. Hello. Here we are. It's pretty late on Wednesday, although it is still technically Wednesday. It's not past midnight yet. Ben and the other help is gone for the day. They are both here about the same time, about 12:30 to 8 or so, 8 or 8:30. Ben and the other person basically started working on getting stickers on these drawers. We concentrated on these 4 first because this is going to be basically minifigure accessories for Ben. And then the other person went and finished that. And then the other person and myself went and did this entire side. So all the drawers are labeled. And then I took and I put in these larger containers at the bottom. This one got kicked in. I'll have to figure out what happened there. I'm not sure about the spacing. I'm hoping they'll fit. With a cart coming down here, they do stick out a little bit more. So yeah, and they didn't quite fit the way I was hoping they would. But I think I've got it set up so it'll work out pretty well. So on this side, on the first section, there is 3 wide and then 3 long. Then here 3 wide, 3 long, 3 wide in that section. And then here 3 long, 3 wide, 3 long, 3 wide. And then wide, long, wide. And then long, wide. And then basically on the opposite side, it's the opposite. So they're kind of meshing into each other. And I did that because I can get more on these sections, the larger sections, by doing 3, 3, and 3, having 9. But on the larger section on this side, because of that, I only, no, I do end up with 9 as well. Okay, just, it's different. I was thinking I wasn't going to end up with 9. All right, well, that works out then. Because I was thinking this side wouldn't have as many, as much need, especially with the minifigure stuff down there. He then proceeded to upload parts. So there's lots and lots of parts through a lot of these drawers through here. And we were moving parts. So when we ran into a part that was already in the store from what he had set up, we were pulling it. So pulling it from largely over here. And as you can see, we actually have a couple of drawers turned around here and that sort of thing. And so I'm going to need to adjust the labels soon as to what goes where so we can start making more use of the space that's here. It's kind of a long-term project, and I may start moving, like maybe I'll work on a unit at a time, and we'll do, okay, we're going to move this unit. And at that point, I would probably just pop the unit off and take it over there and start finding new homes for all the stuff that's minifigure, which in this case is probably almost everything that's in there. I just started getting stuff where I want it to go. I did not put stickers on these down here. I have them. And then I have not made stickers yet for the Pick-a-Brick cups that'll go up top. And then also I did make stickers for other stuff. I think I made stickers for 3 more columns of these. I made more stickers for drawers of instructions for the future. We'll get to that at some point. It just made more sense if we're going to work on a bunch of stickers. We'll do them all at once. I tried going to FedEx. Went there, got up early for me. I was at FedEx a couple of minutes after 9. They opened at 9. And I walked in, nobody else there, and the employee was pretty much like, oh yeah, we don't do that. I'm like, okay. And he suggested I go do Staples. As you can see with this bag, I did go to Staples. And it was incredibly cheap for the service. I basically printed all of these labels here. And there was a few unused labels at the ends, because we had two files, one file for one side, one for the other, because they are set up a little differently. And I rushed it. I dropped it off at like probably 9:15, and I really wanted to have it done as quickly as possible. So they actually messaged me at 1 that it was done, and Ben was stopping at the Lego store, which is in the mall right there, before he stopped by here. So I said, "Hey Ben, can you stop by and pick them up?" He's like, "Sure." So I didn't have to go back out again. But with the rush fee, it was just under $12. Now, I did provide the stickers, so there's an expense for that, but $12 to get all these printed, and they are beautiful. I wish we had gotten the lettering a little bit larger. I'll learn to deal with it. It's just a little small, especially compared to what, I'm used to having, these really large letter number combinations. But I'm going to let it go for the time being. And, at only $12, if I feel so inclined, I can print them again at some point with larger lettering number combinations and replace them over time. Wouldn't have to do them all at once, because there is functional barcodes and letters and numbers up there. It's just a little harder to read at a little bit more of a distance. But I'll be honest, I kind of know my way around at this point. I know, this one right here is 64, just because, well, it's the last one of the first case. It's just, I know these things. So, yeah, I'm really excited about all this. The person who was setting up the files, by next week or something, he'll have the other files done. But I was very, very thankful that he got these done in such a timely fashion, because I knew Ben was coming today, and I knew I wanted to try to get stuff up because he had a lot of parts up. And we did not break a record for parts in the store, because I had gotten up to like 916,000 at one point. But it dropped down to like 909 because I just kept selling stuff and I wasn't putting anything up to speak of. And then, but Ben put up like 4,500 parts today or something like that. So we're back up to like 914 or something like that, maybe close to 915. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. And he'll be able to start making, he's actually got a couple more files left of stuff to go that he did not have time to put away, because the stickers took a while, and it takes a while to put the parts away, especially when you're consolidating them, and not just consolidating, but moving them. But he's got these parts also ready to go in one or two files. So I'll be happy to get those out of here. He now has some empty ones, and there was some parts that didn't make the cut. They got missed when he made the file, and a couple of these are frosted versions of the lightsaber blades, and I don't think he was 100% aware that there was the difference. But a lot of this is just stuff that he missed when he was making the file. So yeah, that'll be fine. And so yeah, we are going to cut it here, I think. We didn't do pretty much anything else. I do have this pile of empty boxes from those, the Iris cases down on the bottom side there. But yeah, very excited about that. Just amazing progress. It's a weight off my shoulders to get it done too. So yeah, that's what I got. I do have another order to pull. It's not particularly large. I may or may not do it tonight, because it's like maybe 20 pieces or something like that. I'm not gonna worry about it. Minifigures and a sticker sheet and a couple other things. So yeah, we'll show that tomorrow when we pull it. But for the time being, I am done. Thank you very much, and we'll see you in the next clip. Hello, I am back. It is Thursday afternoon, and I just pulled 4 orders. This top one is for somebody in the log. They placed the order last night, and I invoiced them, and they paid for it today. Just some standard pieces for the most part. This one here, they got 2 of. I had 3, so the last one is up here to move into a onesie drawer. And then just some used pieces over here. They did buy this piece here in reddish brown in both new and used. They bought all I had in used. There was some new left, so Mike said they would have preferred to get used, and they bought those and then bought some new. Order 2, they ordered that sticker sheet. It's a 4GT set of some sort, it looks like, because, well, that's what it says right in the middle. I only had the one, and some new tiles, and then they got these 6 figures. An Emmett, a couple of Extreme Team. This is like a snowboarder or something like that. I don't remember. This one was kind of interesting. He's got a plain red torso and plain, I think it's dark blue or black legs. Hard to tell in the light right here. And then the hat and a simple smile head. So very, very simple minifigure. And then the third order, they got these arches here in light bluish gray and light gray. and then a couple of doctors, and these 2 trans green dishes. And then the last order, they got 44 of this piece, a minifigure, a torso, and then that 1 bar piece right there. And so that's it. We're going to get these 4 packed up, ready to go, although this one is an easy pack. I'm not sure when they're going to want to pick it up, but I'll check on that. And then, yeah, we'll get this stuff ready to go to the post office. As always, thank you. Hello, we are back again. It's a little bit after 4 on Thursday, and I just took care of 2 more orders. This top order is actually going to get delivered to Bricks ROC for pickup. And as you can see, they got lots of food type things. Just all sorts of things. They did also get these barrel type things. But I think almost everything else it's food. I mean, the eggs, yeah, that's food. There's a popsicle. There's just all sorts of food. So that's kind of cool. We'll get that over there tonight. Bricks ROC also sent an order in just for these 2 plates here. Was it 2, 4, 8 by 8 plates? So we'll bring those over as well. And then this order is going to get shipped. They got that hair and torso, a single head, a Ninjago figure, and a centaur. That's it. It'll be pretty easy to pack up. So we're going to take care of these, and then we're probably going to need to head off to the post office very shortly after that. I've got a couple other things I got to do while I'm out, so we're going to get moving. Thank you. Hello again. It is Friday, and the vlog is not going out probably by 3, hopefully by 4. I'm actually recording this at like 2, and I'm hoping I can splice stuff together, get it uploaded, get everything set by 3, but it might be later. I was delayed last night. I had stuff come up and took care of that, and so I'm getting a late start on everything else. So right now, this is the orders I have. I picked 3. Just these 2 pieces new, the lightsaber blade and these 2 tiles. And over here, these are all the used pieces. Nothing super special, although there is a Jack Stone figure, which that's kind of interesting. But yeah, just a smattering of this, that, and the other. A little bit of Technic here. Some of these, I believe these are the older macaroni pieces that don't have the extra connection point type stuff in the bottom or the extra supports. This order, small. Those 2 tiles, those 4 plates, and a Duplo dog. And interestingly enough, by piece, these tiles are the most expensive. They're like 90 cents a piece or 95 cents a piece, something like that. The dog is 86 cents. And these guys here, I think the total on those was like $1.80 or something. Maybe they're 40 cents a piece. It's a very small order, but interestingly enough, the dog was not the most expensive piece. I thought for sure it would have been, but it was not. And then down here, an even tinier order. They bought this 1 new piece in flat silver. They got that piece in flat silver with 2, and then that piece right there in metallic silver with just 1, and that piece right there is $1.88. And I think they probably needed that, and then they bought these other items to get themselves over my threshold, because they have a $2.50 minimum purchase, and their order was $2.63. So it's pretty much the smallest you can get. I mean, you can go a little smaller, and if you live in a place that doesn't have tax, of course, it'll be a little smaller. But yeah, it was a pretty small order. I actually also this morning saw that Bricks ROC placed another fairly large order. So I think their most recent couple of orders is probably 4,000 pieces or something. It's going to take a while to pull. And so we'll get to that at some point. I also have somebody else in the lug who placed an order, and I'm waiting to find out how he wants to pick that up, but we'll get that pulled at some point as well. So, as always, thank you. This is the last clip for the vlog. I am very happy to be using this, and I did pick some orders that pulled a couple of parts from in here that Ben had put up, so that's nice. It's already in use. Obviously, there's nothing on the new side over here yet. Completely empty, and it'll probably stay that way a little bit. We'll see. I do have a couple of things I absolutely need to get to before that. But yeah, things are moving along. And the next task I think down here is to reorganize a lot of stuff to give myself more room. There's just a lot of stuff that's just piled up, and I need to start clearing stuff out. It's just too messy to get more stuff done. So yeah, we will see how that goes. As always, thank you. And if you have any questions, leave them down below.